everybody, my name is Sophia. I'm one of Savvy Health Solutions wellness coaches, and today I'm bringing you guys a really good lower body workout. So we're going to be focusing primarily on those glutes, hamstrings, and quads for today. So we also want to make sure that we do a good warm-up beforehand. So we're going to go ahead and do alternating arm and leg for 10. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. 8, 9, and 10. Next, we're going to go ahead and do rotary twists, making sure we're facing that opposite direction. Just want to make sure our body's nice and warm before we get started. And then next, we're going to do some squats. So just 10 body weight squats. Chest up, shoulders back, keeping our knees behind our toes, nice tight core, breathing out as we're coming up. Good. So, for that little warm-up we did was our alternating arm and leg for 10, did our rotary twist for 10, and our squats for 10. You can go ahead and do that 2 times through or 3, 10 reps in each. So with those squats, that's really the main one I want you to focus on. Thinking about having good form from the beginning and getting those muscle groups activated that we're going to be using later on today. So for our workout, what we're going to do, I have 4 types of different squats that we're going to be working with. And we're going to do each one for a minute. Then we're going to do the second exercise, 10 reps for each leg, which I will show you. So the first exercise is going to be for time, a minute. The second one we're going to do for 10 on each side, okay? So the first one's going to be a sumo squat. I have my timer just on minute round intervals. So let's go ahead and get started. In 3, 2, and 1. So sumo squat, we're going to have that really wide stance. Toes are slightly going to be pointed out. Weight down in our heels. Breathing out as we come up. So same thing here from the side. Wider stance, wider than those hips. Toes slightly pointed out. Nice little pause. Breathe out as we're coming up. So this is that wide one. Keeping those knees out. We don't want to have them come in. Pause and come up. Nice and controlled. You take a second, shake it out if you can. You can always add weights on these ones if you would like. Body weight is just fine. To make it a little bit harder, you can hold that pause at the bottom. Almost there, less than 10 seconds left. And that's the end of our minute timer. So I'm going to put it on pause. Next, we're going to do our exercises for reps. So we're going to do single leg glute bridges. We'll do 10 on one leg, 10 on the other. So we're going to come down to our mat. Heels are just going to be out of reach. I'll show you the 2 variations that you can do. Squeeze glutes and hamstrings coming up. Control coming down. Or we can do our single leg. Right here. Squeeze glutes and hamstrings. Slowly control down. So, go ahead and count for our 10. 1, 2, pressing up through that heel. 3, 4, 5, halfway. 6, hold and squeeze. 7, controlling on that lowering. 8, 9, and 10. So we're going to do that same thing, opposite leg. Heels just out of reach of my fingertips. I'm going to press up through that heel for 10. 1, tight core as we lower. 2, 3, 4, halfway. And see, I'm holding nice and controlled. 8, 9, and 10. If this If the single leg one is too hard, you're more than welcome to do both legs. Same setup, squeeze and hold for that 10. So, we're gonna go back to our minute exercise now. We're just gonna do a normal squat for this one. So I'm gonna grab my timer, and we're gonna hit 1 minute. Remember, if you have weights you wanna use on these ones, you can. So feet are just gonna be about hips width apart. Come down, right back up. In through the nose, out through the mouth for breathe. Head and neck's gonna be looking straight forward. From here, from this side, normal squat stance, tight core. If you want to speed it up, you can, or you can also go slow. You can do pulse at the bottom. Keep those knees behind your toes. You can pulse up at the top. What should be really nice, since you have 30-30, you can do 30 seconds slow, and then that 30 seconds high. Our minute timer's done on that one. Next exercise we're gonna do is gonna be a Bulgarian split squat. So I have my bench right here. If you don't have a bench, you can use a chair, you can use a stool, anything that's a little bit elevated. What I'm gonna do, take one leg, I'm gonna prop it back right here. My other foot's gonna come out, squat down, and come right back up. Want to think about using this front leg to bring you back up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that leg that's out in front, that's going to be the one that's going to be working the most. Do the same thing, opposite leg, making sure that we keep this knee behind our toe once we're fully in that downward position. You might have to work a little bit with your stool or chair, kind of find that sweet spot, not too forward, not too back. So opposite leg for 10 now. Another good option for this one, you can have a stick or a broom here, just to help you keep your balance. Find that good spot, come down, and up. Breathe out, 3, 4, 5. Pressing up through that heel, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So, legs are definitely warming up. Next, we have jump squats or calf extension squats that I'll show you. Going to start our minute on, but anytime you need a good grab a drink of water, go ahead and do so. Time is started. So, jump squat. We're going to come up and land in those heels. Same thing, come up and land in those heels. The low impact version of this one that you can do is extending onto those tippy toes. So I'll be here and come up. Those heels will leave the ground. Those toes will stay. So, jumping version here, press off through the ground. As those hands go back, we will jump up, landing in those heels. Or we can do our calf extension ones, adding that little pause at the top. So I'll go ahead and keep up with the calf extension ones. Get nice and low. 10 seconds left. Tight core. And our minute is done on that one. Next exercise we're going to do is going to be single leg deadlifts or hip hinges depending on level. So, we just worked those quads a lot in those jumping. Now we're going to be working those hamstrings. So, for this one, hip hinge to get both. Tight core, feet shoulder width apart. Push those hips back. Feel that stretch. Squeeze glutes and hamstrings coming forward. 2, engage one at a time. Same thing. Except I'm doing 1. The opposite leg comes up. We'll take some balance to get used to. So, 1, 2. Push those hips back. Squeeze glutes and hamstrings forward. Halfway. Feel that full stretch reflex through there. Find that balance. 2 more. Good. Go ahead, shake that leg out. We have our next one. You might notice, depending on what side you're dominant with, the one might be a little bit easier than the other side. Breathe out as we're coming up. Halfway. And remember, if these are too hard, we can always still do our hip hinges, taking those back, squeezing glutes and hamstrings up. Only let your chest fall as far as those hips can go back. And 1 more. Slight bend in that knee. Okay. Since we finished those single leg deadlifts, our next one is going to be a narrow to wide squat arm minute timer. I'm going to go ahead and get it started. In 3, 2, and 1. So, narrow here, squat down, adjust for wide, or you can jump into both. What I would suggest is step out, keeping it low the entire time. So the jumping one is going to be your high impact option. The stepping left, squat narrow, stepping right, squat narrow will be that low impact one. So if I'm here, out, and in. Chest up, shoulders back the entire time. That nice tight core. Make sure to keep those knees behind your toes. If you have a weight, you can hold it here, or you can even put a band right above the knees. Keep breathing. And that's the end for our minute exercise. Next, we're going to do a slow lunge. Left leg forward, and then right one. The difference with this one, we're going to hold that lunge the entire time. So, both legs pointed straight, toes forward, hold and come up. 2, 3, halfway, knee behind that toe, press up to that heel. Tight core, and then we'll switch. Same thing. Nice big form. Press it off with that front heel. 2 more. Good, and shake it out. So, to finish this workout, the last 2 exercises I'm going to have you do is going to be a hold till failure on both. So, you're competing with yourself at this one. It's how far you can hold it for how long. So, first one is going to be squat. Good, nice form, and hold till absolute failure on that one. What you can do if the squat from the free form is harder, or excuse me, is too hard, you can do a wall sit. So use a wall, same good form, squat back and hold. On that one, but you want to make sure that we have a 90-degree angle between the knee, ankle, and hip. So make sure you're low enough and that your heel is right underneath your toe. So we'll do your squat hold till failure and then glute bridge till failure. So come on our mat. Heel slightly out of reach of fingertips and hold up here the entire time. We don't want to be down. Up through those heels, squeezing those glutes and hamstring till failure. So that's going to be the end of the workout that I have for you. You can obviously go through this more times depending on your fitness level. You can also incorporate bands or weights to give it more of a challenge. What I would recommend, because you want to cool down nice and good afterwards, is to do some foam rolling on that lower body. It's going to be really beneficial for you guys, especially on those quads, hamstrings, calves, if you did any of the jumping exercises, high impact, and those glutes. So, thank you guys for joining me this week. I hope you enjoy our leg workout, and I'll see you next time.